Hey, it's Jess from Moody Music. I had the pleasure of interviewing Jake from the band Mirrors a few weeks ago, even before Pebble Static was even released. So we don't talk about that very much in our interview, but there is little sneaky bits that you will see. Most importantly, we talk about the band and also The Ego's Weight, their new album which is dropping tomorrow. There is just one thing I do want to say about Pebble Static, and the music video gives me such Linkin Park in the end vibes to it. You know, with Linkin Park's song in the end, the music video, it has that space whale randomly in it. This music video for Pebble Static just has animals floating around like a whole aquarium, and I love it. I love it so much. It just, gives you those Linkin Park feels. So let's talk about Mirrors and their new album, The Ego's Weight. Hope you enjoy. Hi, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Jess. I'm the owner of Moody Music Blog, and today I will be interviewing Jake from Mirrors. Hi, Jake. How are you?
Good, Jess. Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, what do you do in the band?
I play bass in Mirrors. That's my sole role.
And just on that, today, I will be interviewing you about Mirrors, about your singles, the new album that is going to be released very soon in November, and also your upcoming tour with Polaris, which is really awesome. It's such a sick lineup, if I might say.
We've been absolutely pumped for the release of the album, which has been delayed, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. So we've been stoked for that and for the Polaris tour. We were blown away. So can't wait.
Now, Jake, I've heard a few bands say that when they think of naming their bands, it's almost like naming a child. So I just wanted to know, why are you guys called Mirrors? What kind of statement are you trying to show to people?
It hasn't really got a name from, I suppose, like a name where it's supposed to be putting out a message or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's the name of one of the favourite songs of the guitarist, Tyson. It's one of his favourite songs by either, I think it's Confession. So I'm pretty sure that's how he came across calling the band that name. But,
are you sure it's not Justin Timberlake, Mirrors?
No. And the shittest thing about that is every time you're punching Mirrors, just normal, like if you just write Mirrors into YouTube, no Mirrors band or Mirrors AU or anything, comes up with Justin Timberlake straight away. So it's just like, anyway. But purely named after, I believe, the guitarist's favourite song by Confession. So I always hoped it was named after probably my favourite album from the band, Misery Signals. They put out an album called Mirrors, so which is just sick.
Yeah, very nice. Everyone they can choose where Mirrors comes from. Everyone in the band, they go, oh no, it's from this artist, from this song. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very flexible.
Everyone
very
relates
flexible
to it.
name.
Yeah, no, it's good. We pretty happy with it. So we'll stick with it for now.
So far in 2021, Mirrors, you've released 2 singles, one called Leave Them Behind and Beneath the Sand. This is all gearing up, leading up to the album drop in November. These songs, they were dropped with videos as well. The videos are very performance scene heavy. Was this due to lockdown restrictions at all?
When you say, was it due to lockdown restrictions, as in the way we filmed them, do you mean? Or
yeah,
is that what you're asking? So So we wanted, it wasn't to do with lockdown restrictions. We wanted to create a different flair and a different view with the videos that we've put out for the songs as such. It didn't really affect us at the time with lockdown restrictions when we were doing them. So we really got to express everything we wanted with the way that we've created these videos, pretty well exactly how we wanted it to go. So yeah, no, lockdown didn't play a part in restricting us in what we could and couldn't do. It did on the last video, which hasn't been released yet, which is we have just been sent the final print for that. So that was one that did restrict us severely. So yeah, but it didn't really matter. But no, we got a full advance on those film clips that we've put out already. Yeah, as far as what we wanted to express and show, and yeah, we're very happy with them. So yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah, it's very much like what original bands do. It's like you do a performance scene. If you do a sick performance video, you're going to be sick on stage. It's just showing the people like a little bit of taste of Mirrors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, we all the stuff we're doing when we're rocking out, yeah, when we're doing the film clip is exactly what we try to do when we play live. You know, that's definitely my biggest push. Is it's like, right, well, if I'm going this hard in the film clip, I have to be able to go this hard when we're playing live.
Absolutely. For the music video, Beneath the Sand, was that filmed partially at Redwood Forest?
Yes, it was.
It looks really familiar, yeah.
yeah, it was. So that was an insane film clip to do. So we hired a house in Olinda up near the Redwood Forest in the back of the Dandenong. And we spent, I think it was 2 days in total, maybe 2 days in total in Olinda, driving around to different locations. And that was one of them, was the Redwood Forest. That was the first place we went to I think it was the first day that we started filming. That was the first place we went. And you might notice the door that's in, obviously, the film clip. Well, we had to carry that everywhere with us. So we, that was, I don't know, it felt like I was carrying it everywhere because I said I'd do that. And I don't know, it felt like it weighed about 20 kilos. So we just carted this massive door everywhere we went, every location, up hills, over everything we could find. And we're like, oh, that looks cool, we'll go up there. And the Redwood was a real challenge to get it into because, like I said, it weighed about 20 kilos and the Redwood's not exactly on flat land. So, yeah. It was cool. It was an amazing place to go, you know, unbelievable.
I was surprised that you didn't get any tourists in any shots because it looked like a nice sunny day as well.
Yeah, well, so that part of that day while the sun was still out, when we did the Redwood and then we did a few other locations, while the sun was still really present with like, all right, we need to get a shot in a field somewhere where you really get, you know, the sun mainly kicking, and obviously the scenes where Paddy's running up the hill where there's massive long bits of grass and whatnot. That was also, I think, about maybe 15 minutes away from Olinda itself, and it needed to be sunny, like for that particular section. So we were lucky because the next few days the weather turned to shit. So we got what we needed, which was good.
Very, very good timing then. I want to move on and talk about this album that is going to drop. So you've got one more single before releasing the album, is that right?
Yeah, we have. We have got one more single coming out before we drop the album. So that should come out. So what's it? November, the album comes out. So I believe it's probably, I think, a week or two before the album drops. We'll drop this last single and the film clip to go with it, which we're probably more excited about this film clip than any of the others because it's it's just so different to what we've done, to any of the other film clips. So
what can you tell us about it?
Yeah. I can tell you that Paddy is the only one in the film clip. So
Yeah.
he is the only one you'll see in the film clip. And it has an incredible amount of animals and landscape settings in it that really just, as the viewer, suck you in, like you were glued to this song as it's playing. So yeah, that's sort of probably about all I can give you at the minute. Yeah.
Everything's under hush hush. It's okay. I understand. It sounds very interesting. Yeah. And does sound different.
That's fine.
Are you allowed to say what it's called? The next single?
Or if I say what it's called, I might get in trouble. So I'll I'll wait. I'll just wait, and yeah, I won't say anything just yet. So it's all surprise. Sorry.
No worries. That is not a problem. Yeah, we'll keep it a surprise. Okay. So about the album, it's 10 tracks long. It's called The Ego's Weight. Why is it called The Ego's Weight?
Yeah, so the album is based around going through all the different forms of ego from either yourself and other influences in life, as such. So obviously everybody's always battled with their own ego, and then you've got all the external ego that surrounds us every, second of the day. And it's basically built around that. It's about different experiences. Each song is about a new experience that Paddy's had in life, a real life experience that he's dealt with. And it comes across from start to finish, from track one all the way to the end. It's a story that's told about him going through those areas and then rebuilding basically himself as a new person from learning from all of that. Yeah.
What would be the message that you guys would want fans to get out of hearing the new album?
Message-wise, I think for me, personally, whenever I listen to a song, it's just whatever you feel. It's whatever you feel. I mean, there are a lot of songs out there that you listen to and you just get an enormous, euphoric feeling out of, and they're not maybe, written around a particular, that's meant to make you feel good because we're singing about this particular subject. Whatever you can get out of it, if it's, I'm hoping it's all positive. That's always the main thing to me, and I know to the other band members, because that's music and that's art. You've got to have your own individual expression of something. So obviously this is ours that we're putting out, and if it resonates with you, well, that's awesome.
It's all open for interpretation by people, and it's like, yeah, as you were saying, like as people feel, as it's just expressive.
Yeah, exactly.
How was the writing and recording process of this album?
Yeah, it was really good. So why I say it was really good was because when lockdown hit the very first time, it gave us obviously the opportunity to really use that time to put into writing an album that wouldn't be, I would say, as good and as quality as what we've got if it hadn't happened in the first place that way. So clearly everything goes into lockdown. None of us can see one another. We can only work with each other through correspondence. Even though myself and Paddy and Tyson only live, around the corner from one another, everything was like, all right, you do your part. Tyson will write, majority of the music, and then he gives it to Paddy, sends it to him. And then Paddy sits in his room and writes lyrics, and then the expression will come out, obviously, of what he's gone through and what he's experienced. And then it gets forwarded on to, our drummer, Bren or Rob, and then he puts his spin on it too, and I guess it's like being given a bit of a book and going, here you go away, study it, and then come back and give me your experience of it. So that to us was how it kind of went with writing the album, getting lots of outside influences and just putting them in individually in our own way. And that's the nuts and the bolts of really how it all happened. And like I said, the time, it's a shit thing to say it, but the lockdown was a blessing for us, as a band at the start to be able to write it.
Yeah, it gives you more time to, do writing and like almost reconfigure bands. Yeah, a lot of them have said, even though it's terrible to say, but that lockdown was quite good at the start.
It definitely did work for us. So now it's obviously gotten too far and everybody's had enough, and we just want to now go out and play the shows,
With the album, you guys worked with the production team of Scott Simpson and Lance Prince from Polaris and Alpha Wolf. What was that like?
Incredible. Yeah, amazing. So we, as a band, we've always had a really good relationship with both of those guys. We first came across Alpha Wolf when we played on I think it was our first tour ever. We were in Brisbane and we played with them and some other bands, and we hit it off with them immediately. We gelled really well with them, and it continued to grow as time went on. So we created a good relationship as a band with not only just Scotty, guitarist, but the entire band of Alpha Wolf. So that was an amazing thing for us to be able to have a guy like Scott, who's got, a ton of experience and very professional and very down to earth, to go, oh, hey, what do you think of this song? Or we've written this and bounced it off him and get his input, which was paramount in the outcome of the album. So he's been a huge help as well on all levels, not just, his influence or his opinion of a song or whatnot. He's been brilliant to record with. He just is. He's excellent to sit down with. He's very helpful. He's very enthusiastic. So he was good. And then you've got Lance, who is a South Gippsland boy as well. So he gelled with us immediately because we're all from the country. So he's great too. We love Lance. He's straight to the point. He doesn't beat around the bush about any of the ideas, and as far as producing goes, he's brilliant. Yeah. So two amazing humans who we were lucky enough to meet before we were looking at doing any sort of form of writing and recording with them, and it just gelled, and so I think they'll always have an influence for us as Mirrors, and an involvement for that matter.
Yeah, I've found that the latest two singles, it has very much like an Alpha Wolf, Thornhill sort of influence to it, even like a little bit of like Savior thrown into it. So yeah, that would have been a really good mix to be working with someone from Polaris and Alpha Wolf. Just before we move on to having a chat about the tour, which is very exciting, I'm excited for it, I just want to know about the album art, because it's got like a Grim Reaper sort of figure and snakes and person crouching over. What's going on there? Because it kind of looks like a Grim Reaper versus like a Medusa sort of figure.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind that?
Yeah, sure. So we had all the artwork done by another incredible guy called Pat Fox, who designed the first front cover for the first EP that we did back a few years ago now. So we met up with him and we sat down, and he took what Paddy had described he'd written the album around, and he came up with some concepts. And this was the main one that he came up with, was like this Reaper type of figure, dark figure standing over you, and all the snakes represent the ties that having, as you see, the guy who's actually on the front cover getting surrounded by all these snakes. That's the heavy weight, if you like, or the continuous burden of the weight of the ego that always sits over you, you know, that you've always got this negative shit that surrounds everyone, that everybody has. And there's the figure, you know, he's a solid figure to prove it. So that was the concept behind it. It was definitely strange when I first saw it in its entirety. I was like, oh, wow, you know, like that looks incredible, and it's amazing, and it's different to what you'd expect to see on a metalcore front cover, I suppose. Yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an understanding of the ideas behind it. So and they're all real too. Like, all those snakes are real. That guy crouching down is Pat Box. And then you've got the person painted up as the Grim Reaper. That's a real person. So it's actually it's all been done real in a studio, and then there's been digital enhancements. But yeah, that's pretty well.
That's insane.
How that concept came. Yeah, I know, and I didn't realise that was, like, when it got sent to us, I was like, oh, that's cool. They've made that amazing. I didn't realise that it was modelled around, you know, people that had to do real makeup with real snakes. So yeah, amazing stuff, really. So yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Are you sure the band didn't want to, like, join in with the snakes as well?
Yeah, no, we're all right. We're
some
pretty...
around your neck and...
Yeah, no, look, I'm definitely not into that. I'm not a fan of snakes at all. So yeah, no.
Okay, so the album coming out in November. You guys are very soon to be touring with Polaris, which I believe that tour's been moved to next year, but hopefully it will still happen because the lineup is amazing. You guys, you're supporting Polaris alongside Justice for the Damned and Make Them Suffer. How excited are you guys for this tour? Because this is huge.
Ecstatic. We were blown away. Like, we were absolutely besides ourselves, you know, about being invited to play with these guys, you know, and like all the bands on that bill, like, they're huge. You know, all have done international stuff. All are internationally and Australian wide recognised, you know, bands who are so well established, and who we've watched for such a long time and gone, fuck, they're good, you know, and that's incredible. I remember when they Make Them Suffer put out that album that probably shifted their whole sound. I can't think of the name of it now. And it was, to all of us, we were just like, oh, wow, this is insane, you know, to see this. And then, you know, to even go further into somewhere like Polaris. I remember when we played Unify, we opened Unify one year. And the singer, I think his name's Jamie, was standing side stage watching the whole set. And then afterwards had a massive conversation with our singer Paddy about everything, you know, in depth. And it was just incredible. So to actually get the opportunity to play with them is a spin out. Yeah, we're very excited, and sort of, you know, hard to believe it's a little bit real at times, but it is.
What can we expect from Mirrors at these shows?
We are definitely bringing, obviously, we'll have the new album out by that stage. So it's the whole new wave for us, in a sense. It'll be a lot more entertaining with the light show that we're bringing as well. So we're planning on bringing, an amazing light guy that we use, and a cool light rig that we're going to use as well. So that'll be a massive step up for us. as far as performance-wise goes. So, yeah, I'm expecting, I suppose we are all expecting as a band that we're going to deliver this whole new front of, of what Mirrors is and what we're doing. And, yeah, and we think it'll do really well, but we're hoping everybody's going to enjoy it. Yeah, look out.
If it's loud, everyone will love it, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so. I think it'll go well. Yep.
Jake, do you have any final messages you want to say on behalf of the band about the singles, the new album, the tour, anything?
I suppose the continuous support, it's probably a generic thing that a lot of people say, but it means everything to us. We get excited around the little things, and the little things are whether it's negative or if it's positive, we don't mind. Like when you take the YouTube comments, we love getting comments from people, whether they're, like I said, positive or negative. So I think I just want to say on behalf of the band, we appreciate people's input. We appreciate everything that the music we put out does for people if it's a good thing. Yeah, it's very cool to know. So thank you.
Any sort of love, any sort of support, and I like it. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jake, for joining me today and having a chat and giving me your time.
Yeah. Oh, no worries at all, Jess. We appreciate it. Thank you.
So that was my chat with Jake from Mirrors, and their album drops tomorrow. It's called Their Egos Wait. It drops on November 19, that is this Friday. Go check it out. Also, check out the band's social media. I will leave links in the description. And also, while you're at it, go check out Medi Music's social media as well.